Have you or a loved one ever played football on a team? Have you ever been affected by a head injury or a concussion? Today I'm going to talk to you why I feel like all football players should wear the guardian cap, no matter if they're in practice, if they're in play, if they've had less than 2 or more concussions in their whole entire time playing football. More recently, we have seen a rise in players. Once they put down, or even during play, they become more aggressive. Their mood changes. They don't know what they're feeling, and it could be scary to them sometimes. You don't know these new emotions that you're feeling, and everyone's just kind of either trying to make you like better. They don't realize what you're going through, that you don't know these new emotions, and you can't really handle them because you don't know what you're feeling. And a lot of the brain injuries that happen during the time people play football, it comes to light that they have been suffering through CTE, which is chronic traumatic encephalopathy, a neurodegenerative disease. And then according to a research done by Boston University, CTE can be caused by constant hits to the head, no matter how big or how small the hit might seem at that time, just the constant hitting. And if people, we watch football, that happens a lot. And many times people overlook because, they can get right back up. But you never know the impact that happened during that hit. It could be the slightest hit, but it's just a constant hitting of the head, which is what causes CTE. And what's sad is no one can test CTE. There's no test for it until after the person passed away. So many times football players will actually donate their brains to science and to doctors and to see why or how the constant hits affected them. And studies have shown, a 2017 study looked into 2002 brains from professional football players when they died, and then found that 80% of those brains and players have signs of CTE, which again can cause cognitive issues, learning problems, disabilities of not being able to control your anger, your emotions, can cause suicidal thoughts, even harm to not only yourself but also to others. And then could actually lead to dementia, which is also as you get older, signs are starting to show that you have dementia when you don't even know what it's caused by. The study shows that there are problems with players not taking care of their brains and of their heads during game and not during game. Which is why I believe that guardian caps should be mandatory for people who have 2 concussions or less, or even if you don't even have a concussion, or you're prone to getting your head hit, you should want to wear the guardian cap. According to an article written by Joe Lemur, players wearing the guardian cap had nearly 50% reduction in concussions during preseason, because the NFL, while it's not mandatory yet in the NFL, it's mandatory in preseason. So preseason and practices, players must have the guardian cap on, which The 50% is actually really big because many times during practice you're more inclined to get hit in the head because it's you always practicing. You're not always on the field during a game. So showing that it's reduction of 50% in concussions since since mandatory of the mandate of wearing the cap, it makes me believe why shouldn't they be mandatory for people who are prone to concussions during the NFL? Why shouldn't they wear them all the time? It could definitely help. If we've seen it have impact, what is stopping it from having impact on regular play? Another article written by Michael Scherner with concussion spot, by absorbing the force, the guarding caps lower the risk of head injuries, and the primary function of the caps is to decrease the intensity of getting the impact of getting hit in the head so many times, which is one of the reasons why CTE happens, because you're constantly getting hit in the head all the time. So this season is the first season the NFL finally made it that you can wear it optionally, which I again think it should be mandatory, but we have seen players choose to wear these caps no matter how dumb it looks, no matter how weird it looks. They wear these hats because they know that they're safe, that they're going to be safe. And I believe that coaches and managers should have to not force them, but like talk to them and tell them that these will help. It will help. Thank you.